If you've spent any time in downtown Atlanta, you already know it feels like a ghost town. It is filled with cracked streets and a homeless problem, and it's felt like that for decades. You drive through, you catch a concert or a game, and then you leave. But what if I told you that this dead zone is about to get a $5 billion transformation and become the hottest neighborhood in the entire Southeast? Well, in this video, we're breaking down what this project actually is, why it matters, which major developments are already underway, and how they're part of a much bigger plan that could completely transform the way we experience Atlanta. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melinda Reese, and I sell real estate right here in this Atlanta area. And on this channel, we cover real estate, major developments, and everything you need to know about how Atlanta is growing, changing, and impacting your life. So do me a favor, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. So let's start with the basics, because to really understand what's happening, you've got to know where this all began. So there is a 50-acre stretch of land in the heart of downtown Atlanta. It's tucked between the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and the State Farm Arena. Now, if you've ever parked near a game, you've probably walked through cracked concrete and looked around and wondered why it all felt so empty. Well, you were probably in the Gulch. Now, for decades, it was nothing more than sunken rail beds and scattered parking lots. It was cut off from the street grid, filled with old infrastructure and totally disconnected from the rest of the city. But yet, this was some of the most valuable real estate in Atlanta. Now, people have been talking about redeveloping this land since the 1970s, but those plans always fell apart, whether it was politics, money, logistics, you name it, until now. Because now the Gulch is being transformed into something entirely new: Centennial Yards. See, this is a $5 billion master plan that is turning those same 50 forgotten acres into a high-energy, mixed-use district filled with housing, hotels, offices, shopping, nightlife, and more public space. Now, construction is already underway. Cranes are up and buildings are rising, and what used to be an eyesore is finally turning into a neighborhood people actually want to live, visit, and hang out in, and not just pass through on game day. And it's all being timed perfectly with the goal of having this transformation ready by 2026, when the entire world will be watching Atlanta for the World Cup. Now, let's talk about one of the flashiest pieces of this entire transformation: KASM. Now, this is not your average entertainment venue. You see, KASM is building an 87-foot immersive LED dome that wraps audiences in high-definition visuals for concerts, for live sports, and cinematic experiences. So you want to kind of think IMAX meets virtual reality. Now, this will only be the third KASM location in the country, behind LA and Dallas, and Atlanta is going to be the first on the East Coast. That alone kind of tells you how big of a deal this is. Now, construction is already in motion. They actually held a steel topping ceremony back in May, and that marked the beginning of the vertical framing. Now, the finished venue will span about 70,000 square feet across 3 levels and serve as one of the anchor attractions for all of Centennial Yards. Now, let's talk about another major headline-grabbing piece that is coming to this district, and that is going to be Live Nation. Now, they are building a brand new concert venue right in downtown Atlanta that will seat around 5,300 people. Now, this is going to be bigger than the Fox and the Tabernacle, but it's also going to be smaller than State Farm Arena, so it's going to fill that exact gap Atlanta has been missing. Until now, most tourists went to shows that were either in Cobb, in Duluth, or Alpharetta, but with this, there's finally a venue that brings that energy back to the heart of the city. Now, construction is already underway, and Live Nation has signed a long-term lease, and the venue is expected to open in 2027. Now, just a few blocks away, and it's technically not a part of Centennial Yards, but still a massive piece of the downtown puzzle, is the return of Ravine. Now, if you remember Ravine, it was located in Midtown, and it was so much more than just a club. Now, it did shut down during COVID, but now it is coming back, and it is not just a reboot. This is a full-scale reinvention. Now, Ravine has taken over 181,000 square feet at Underground Atlanta and will feature 2 stages, one with 6,000 person capacity and another for smaller 2,500 person shows. Now, this isn't about big name acts. This is about accessibility, because the goal is to give local artists and independent performers a space that's high quality without the high cost. Now, this is scheduled to open in fall of 2025, and it's already being seen as a major win for Atlanta's creative community. So now that the entertainment anchors are in place, let's talk about the part that really brings the neighborhood to life, and that's going to be the housing and the hotels. So first up, you've got Hotel Phoenix. Now, this is a 19-story, nearly 300-room luxury hotel that is already under construction. Now, it's going to include 14,000 square feet of retail, event space, and a rooftop restaurant with skyline views. Now, this isn't just for tourists, it is a hotel that is designed to anchor the city. And then right next door to that, you've got the Mitchell, which is a 304-unit apartment building that just topped out and is expected to open this summer. Now, this means people will actually be living in what used to be a no man's land of parking lots and broken pavement. Now, that's just the beginning, because the full plan calls for over 2,600 residential units, 3 hotels, and nearly 3,000 hotel rooms, all within walking distance of 2 major stadiums. So the entire vision is designed to finally bring life and energy back to downtown. So what does this actually mean for downtown Atlanta? Well, for the first time in decades, downtown is not just a conversation, it is actually in construction. So if Centennial Yards delivers even on half of what it's promised, we're talking about a real neighborhood with high-rises, restaurants, concerts, and everyday life right in the heart of the city. But let's be honest, Atlanta has heard big promises before. The real question now is, will this one finally stick? And even if it does, can you really call it a transformation if we're not solving the homeless crisis or fixing the streets that the people actually drive on? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if this gave you something to think about, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss what's really going on in Atlanta. And if you're thinking about buying or selling or investing in real estate, give me a call at 404-217-6005. My name is Melinda Reese, and I'll see you on the next one.